Hello guys, welcome back to 404. Today, before we get on to looking at the bartering storage, as that was what we finished up last time and it was just a pain in the arse, we've got a few things to look at first, but also a familiar face has joined the server.
Hi.
That was perfect. Yeah, Griffin's joined us, and Griffin is latest
I
member.
didn't even land that MLG, I just didn't die.
That was just I know that was great. Yeah, so Griffin is our latest latest 404 member, and as usual he enters in style. But yeah, so Griffin's joining us as basically the only builder on the server. The rest of us are all tech players. He's like the only builder, and so basically the server's gonna look a lot nicer now. But yeah, Griffin's joined us, so I said that I'd want to still do stuff with Griffin past Eternal, and this is one of them. So, yep. I mean, the original reason I'm here, Griffin was only here because I wanted to do this stupid intro with him. But I was here to show you the floor placer, which I couldn't show off in the last the last episode because I ran out of time. And essentially, we have been filling up the entire perimeter with black concrete powder. So this is a 10 game tick floor placer. That way, it's slow enough to allow the concrete powder to fall into gaps in the perimeter. So you see you've got all these gaps here, and there's lava pockets. There's also some water pockets, but the water pockets will be a bit different. They won't necessarily fill up because concrete powder will just turn to concrete, but still fills up most of the gaps and the lava pockets. And that way we don't have to worry too much about filling it in all manually, and the spawning spaces being available, that sort of thing. As well, it looks nicer, and we kill two birds with one stone. We fill in the gaps and we fill up the floor. This is the first step of the decoration of the perimeter, which is the floor. The next step after this, once this is finished, so we've stopped it because we're running a few other things. So right now you can see there's quite a lot of bots on, as well as random. I think he's doing stuff with the villagers at the moment. Once those are done, we'll probably launch this again and get it done. And then once it's done, we have to remove a few more things. So you still got to remove the World Eater, and there's another thing over there. The other side of the World Eater needs to be removed. Then we're going to remove all this, then just fill up the rest of the area manually if it requires it, which is probably going to, because this is going to crash into the machine's going to crash into the shulker box unloader here. And then this next step after that is we're going to flood over. Well, not necessarily flood, but we're going to convert all of the concrete powder into concrete on the top layer, so it looks a bit nicer. And we're going to do that using flying machines, but more on that when we get to it. And then after that, glass, a layer of glass, which will not take as long because we're going to use a faster floor placer for that, because we can, as it's not a gravity block. And yeah, that's really it for this area. So yeah, that's main storage at the moment. And if we just have a little fly to see, so you can see how long it is, and just how ridiculous the entire thing is. What were you about to say?
Oh, I was going to ask, what are we doing on the walls?
Probably randomized wall pattern.
So typical technical people
Yes, but
things.
that's because it's a massive perimeter. But yeah, anyway, so
you guys are no fun. We should do an insanely detailed design all the way around.
But it's a massive perimeter.
We never said it wouldn't take a long time.
Okay, yeah, we might consider it then. Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But
oh no.
no.
Okay. Okay. Right.
You know why I'm kidding? Because I'd be the only one doing it.
No, we would help.
If everyone wanted to help, I would be down.
We would help. You would just be the one designing it.
No. Well, yeah. I mean, what I'd probably do is design a module, and then we'd just continue the same design over and over and over again.
Wait, what's some diamonds? We missed. No diamonds. My brain is just playing tricks on me. But yeah, this is the other end of the perimeter. It's a massive perimeter. If you can't remember, guys, it's 512 by 1024. So yeah, that way, anywhere in main storage, it's a render distance perimeter essentially, and should be reduced significantly. Okay, so it's been a couple of hours since that clip, and now I'm going to go ahead and show you one of the new additions, which is the wheat farm. So Griffin has been helping with the decoration for this, and Random is currently the one. Well, Random's the one who's designed this wheat farm, so they both asked me to come out and check it out. So I'm going to now. Ooh, this looks very nice. Ooh, look at this. Farm on versus off. Okay. Ooh, this is very, very nice. Look at that. This is a very nice file. Right, guys, I have gone onto the creative test server to do a test of the bartering system. So this is it. This is it as it was designed. Actually, get the bartering system going. So use once. So it might be a bit laggy for me because there's a lot going on here. So hopefully this all works. Okay, this is very laggy. I'm going to just have to tell you the results of it because I cannot play with 6 FPS. Okay, so first problem is this bit here. Items are getting stuck there, so this bit didn't work as it was designed. And all these filters, when they get locked, start unfilling. There we go. So just using a structure block, we've been able to quickly fix the entire thing. So all I'll do is change that, and then we can run it. So we've done the test, and yeah, it definitely breaks when you actually start locking all the hoppers once the system's finished. As we thought in the previous episode, yeah, my FPS is really struggling right now because my internet connection to the creative server is really, really bad at the moment. So I'm going to have to just keep doing these sort of updates to you as we keep doing this testing, I'm afraid. Right, my connection is terrible and I can't really look into the filters, but yeah, a lot of things are getting binned from the looks of it, and the filters are breaking completely. It's causing a lot of problems. Yeah, we're wasting about 4 cells worth of piglins with this storage system. So, yeah, some of the filters over there are completely broken as well now. I can't look into them because my ping is so terrible. Yeah, so I'm going to have to consider redesigning this. Basically get a storage that will handle all the items and as well as not break, because at the moment it looks like it's breaking. So I think these loaders are directional, so we can only have these in one direction, which, yeah, isn't good. And yeah, we're going to have to consider something different, I think. Okay, so the verdict is that the storage is going to be redesigned. Me and Sharp have just been discussing the issue on Discord. We have decided that we're going to put the storage into the overworld just because it's easier. We can have water streams, and yeah, it just makes it just reduces the complexity down quite a bit. When we're not limited by the distance that an item can go on blue ice when being pushed by a slime block. Another benefit of putting it into the overworld, in addition to the water streams, is the fact that this system will chunk load itself. And this means that we should fit everything inside a 3x3 area. And once we fit everything inside a area, which I know this is the slice that I'm going to go with for the 2x hopper speed shulker box loaders. Now, it uses a standard item filter. So here we have just stacks of the gravel, if we can use gravel, and then the actual filter itself. This way, still use the amount of items we've obtained manually for the filters, but it requires less in the filters themselves, so that's all good. This was not designed by me, this was designed by Jezza and Luke, and I got it from the Storage Tech Discord. I'll link to the Storage Tech Discord in the description. This is, I believe, fully hopper locked. So, well, maybe not the items, the item slice itself, but it's got a lot of hopper locking in it. So that's hopper locked. That's hopper locked. I believe that's hopper locked. Yep, that's not hopper locked. Is that hopper locked? That's hopper locked. That's not hopper locked, but that's because that's the. Does it have to be a dropper? Can it be a comparator? Not comparator. A Composter. Oh, I know why. It's because this is designed for 1.11, 1.13, and above. So if I change that to that shouldn't change anything because nothing else is basically nothing else has changed now. So yeah, so this makes it even simpler. So I don't have to use droppers there. Anyway, right. So that's the actual shulker box line itself, so that has to stay open. Same with this has to stay open. Okay, so this is the system I've come up with. I'm going to test it. I'm going to test it off camera because my TPS will suffer massively if I do it on camera. I'm trying to look for is whether this is going to break or not. If this breaks, then it is probably a problem with orientation and directionality. So if this slice turns out to be directional, then I'm going to have to rotate it, and hopefully that will fix anything. If it doesn't work, then yeah, back to the drawing board, but that's fine. I can keep going at this. Okay, so we've got some good news so far. These filters work and they do not break, at least at the moment. I haven't done the shulker box loading for it, so there's no other shulkers in there at the moment. I need to now actually connect up the lines. So here I need to actually have a line for each, basically a chest for each slice, and that way we can have shulker boxes going in, and then I can test it, because at the moment there's no shulker box there, there's no shulker box there, so once this dispenses, then everything's going to break. So, well, it's just not going to fill out your shulker boxes, so I need to do that. Okay, it works brilliantly. It just works. It's great, and I'm pretty happy that it worked. There's only a few more things I need to add now, which is just the actual chests. So I'm not going to have a chest per slice. Oh, and another thing, I've added in these lines here, which power these pistons, which bring down the composters here, because these are powering these here, which allows the shulker box to come through. This way, if we to load shulker boxes back into the system, into here, all we do is flick this lever, and it will then allow items to flow back into here, into the dropper, which we're in the dispenser, but it goes into the dropper here, such that when this activates, the dropper will push into there, which will then also activate the dispenser, and we will not have empty shulker boxes. Just we won't have items from the dropper here just falling into on top of the dispenser. We'll actually get items into the shulker boxes. Essentially, that's everything I've done so far. So now I just need to, like I said, do the chests. I won't do the decoration. I've asked Griffin if he wants to do decoration. He said yes, you should. Yes, he will. So he'll probably see that in a different episode, not this one. But yeah, other than that, that is everything. So yep, progress is really good. Okay, so I've just designed up the chest storage for it. I've got enough storage here to last about 10 hours worth of running the farm. I mean, we could, if we have tons of gold, run it for several hours at once, but we've got enough storage here for 10 hours worth, and that'll be fine for now. So I've just added some water streams here for basically for the output of the shulker boxes. So all the shulker boxes in one like sort of module will get pushed, not pushed, but taken into a dropper, basically dispensed out when the item gets there, and it's the same for all of them on this side here, which means we can then put the storage over there. I've got some water streams going underneath, and then the rest of the storages, we've got 1 and 2 here, so I think that's spectral arrows, and that is soul sand, or is that correct? No, that's the iron nuggets. And iron nuggets and spectral arrows are both as well, like this. But then the rest of it, I've just used hopper lines. Pretty simple. And I've just done a test for it, and it works really well. You may notice I've just put netherrack here for now, for when Griffin does his decoration. Remove it once we have put the decoration in. So the bit of redstone I've added is this bit here. So originally this turned on the timer that actually, well, not timer, but clock, that essentially allowed this slime block to push items out every 32 game ticks. This would push the items out. That clock's still here, that's over there. But now I've got a mechanism in place such that it keeps running a bit longer. So when the system's turned off, piglins are still throwing items to you, and the items are getting put here. This timer or pulse extender now and all that is on long enough such that this will keep going until all of the items are pushed into the overworld. The other bit I've added is a second bit that allows the items to actually get put into the storage. So once the last item goes through, it has 15 seconds to get to the area end, which is not quite enough for all the items. So after a certain amount of time, we then also send the minecart through and send it back again using this sort of simple chunk loader, which will then load the chunks for a little bit longer, and that way we can get all the items into the storage. And then when we go over into the overworld, we're not going to have items still in water streams and all the like. We're not going to use this nether portal anyway as our main entrance to it. I'm going to build another nether portal nearby, but now we'll go ahead and build this up on the... Okay, so the first step we've got to do is actually remove this old storage here, and we're going to make sure we take the filters out properly so we actually can save the items there. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed that time lapse. So I've removed the storage, the old storage, and I've now put in the new redstone circuitry into the bartering system. The orientation was actually different to that on my creative world, so I had to change a few little things. Pretty much the exact same as what I have there, so the orientation of this portal is the same. And I've already gone and placed the portal into the overworld, and I've moved it, so it's going to get a bit loud because of the piglins. Let's go across the portal, and we'll be at the right height we need to be at. Here we are. So, just above a forest, and because I can't be bothered to chop down all these trees, I'm going to put the storage up high. So, put the scratching on. This is where the storage is going to be. And if I go out, you can see we have this area up here. So if I turn the storage on, it's going to sit like this. We're not going to be able to use this portal actually because of the way I did the chunk loader on the other side, on this side even. But I will make a portal probably over there, which will then lead up to this. So Griffin can then basically work something out to connect them up, I guess, in his decoration. But it's up to him to see what happens there. But yeah, the gold materials now, we need to build this up, and I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed that time lapse. It's going to get a bit frame ratey now because I am going to run the bartering system for one more run. Since that time lapse, I've actually put in another portal, and I've also filled all the filters, and I have also filled up all of the Piglin cells. So I'm just going to go into cam mode to show this off. So here we are. Every cell is full of piglins, and now you can see that all of the ice and it's very, very, very loud, even at 7. So I'm just going to turn it down. I'm just going to turn it off. So you can see here that all blue ice is now being pulled down so that the piglins can throw items to the player in the center here. The player here has a full inventory, and that way they won't pick up the items. And I have the player looking up, so that I can then just use the command player bartering use once, and it will turn the farm on. Use once. Everything turns on. Piglins get gold, and then they'll throw it towards the player. There we go. There's an absolute ton of items, and then it falls down here, and then gets sent into the overworld. So it's just clocked so that we basically give it we basically allow the batch size to be sufficient for all the hoppers, for all the item sorters in the overworld to pick up the items. So I'm just going to go to the overworld now to show you what's going on that side. So let's go for this portal here so we can actually get there. We can't use that portal because we're going to pick up items. Here we are, and MSPT still doing pretty well. It might go up towards 50, but it's just below it, so we're really running the server at its limit really right now. And you can see here we've got tons of items. Oh, don't pick them up. There we go. So just let my frame rate. Alright, yep, there we go. So yeah, the TPS MSPT is it's gonna dip down in a minute once everything's sorted. But yeah, so here you can see all the items are coming through, and they get aligned with the chests. So you can just run across all of the item sorters here. All the items go across, and then they have all the unstackables just getting burnt here. So it is sufficiently large to collect all the items. Okay, so it's literally just finished. It was not that long at all. It just literally just ran out with 8 shulker boxes of gold ingots, which we had left, and yeah, it eats through it quite quickly. I just want to quickly show you the amount of storage we have for each thing. So let's start over here with spectral arrows. We have a ton of spectral arrows. We probably will never use that much spectral arrows, but we have it nonetheless. Iron nuggets. We have quite a lot of iron nuggets now. The gravel is here. We have an absolute ton of gravel now. Nether bricks, we have a ton of nether bricks now, so if we want to make actual nether bricks, we can. Soul sand, we now no longer have a soul sand problem. I could never find soul sand in temp storage. Always had to go mine out some if I needed to use it, but now we have jog boxes of it. Quartz, we have 17 shulker boxes, which is probably going to be enough for now, but we need to run the gold farm a bit more. I would like to have a lot more quartz than this. This is for most people, this is a lot of quartz. For us, this will not be a lot, so we need to run the system a little bit more. Crying obsidian, we have 8 shulker boxes of crying obsidian, so that's now a nice decoration block, and as well as some crafting. I think you can craft respawn anchors with it, so we can now do that. String, we've got a ton of string as well, so it's like a sort of byproduct of the farm. Obsidian, this is not going to be our main source of obsidian. We're going to make an obsidian farm in the end. This is the leather, we've got tons of leather now. Fire charges, so getting quite a bit of fire charges as well. And then finally the ender pearls, which is our only ender pearl farm now, because the Wither Rose farm is broken and we don't have an enderman farm because enderman abuse. So with that, I will probably end the video now. So I really hope that you have enjoyed it. If you did, please consider liking, and if you would like to see more of this sort of content, please consider subscribing, and I shall see you again real soon. Bye bye.